Welcome back to the Hub on Hollywood, an iHeartRadio podcast. I'm your co-host, James Rojas.
And I'm Jamie Blanco.
On this week's episode, a new Star Wars trilogy is in the works, and Jamie and I, we have our dream cast and potential movie plots. What should this trilogy be about? We are going to tell you what it should be about. Big changes coming to AMC theaters, quite literally. A filmmaking legend coming to the Coolidge Corner Theater in Brookline to be honored. And, of course, some movie trivia here on the Hub on Hollywood. But first, Jamie, we cannot avoid this. We have to talk about this. Zendaya mania just continues to grow over here in Boston. Jamie, this must be filling up your feed just like it's filling up my feed.
Yes, and not only Zendaya, but Robert Pattinson as well. They are in town filming a movie called The Drama, codename A Very Philly Christmas, which is a very good code name because that fooled us last week. But it's just fantastic news to see, two big A-listers all around Boston. Bringing that excitement, bringing that joy, and bringing jobs, film jobs back to the area.
Yeah, we also have not only jobs, but we also have Tom Holland. He's back in the area. So we have 3 A-listers in Boston. It doesn't get any better than that. And people have been all over social media sharing pictures and video of Zendaya, of Tom walking around with their cute little dog. People were commenting on Zendaya's dog walking outfit, saying it's like the most relatable she's ever been because she looks just like us when we walk our dogs and we're wearing pajamas. So
it's almost like she's really just a human, guys. She's just a regular person. Let her walk her dog.
But she's not. She's better than us, and we won't forget it. But I know people have been sharing photos, their experiences, and most recently they were in the Back Bay at the Boston Public Garden filming a night scene. And it was so cool because you saw the local news channels out there, and they were interviewing all the people that were, at the gate, shooting pictures, shooting video, walking away, smiling, just super, super excited. And it was funny, too, because you know how it's a public area, so there's only so much area or space they can close off to the public. And so you actually had people like in the garden because they were filming outside the garden on the sidewalk. So you had people like inside the garden, like shooting video through the bushes. I'm not sure if you saw that video,
really?
But people are going to see them and get their picture. No way about it. Around it.
I guess so. But, we always love to see Tom, too. I think Tom and Zendaya, one of the best young couples out there, showing people what real love looks like. And I love this generation of young stars, okay? Because they're just so, they're laid back, they're chill, they're showing everybody just how human they are. So hoping that you guys, we don't need to be climbing through the bushes. We don't need to be tracking them down. Let them enjoy Boston, right? Show them that Boston hospitality. Be like, get out of the way.
Get out of my way. Stop clogging
exactly.
the sidewalk,
like
bruh.
Anybody else. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just like that. Treat them like anybody else. But yeah, it's great to see that excitement.
So much fun. And what's also fun is that it's bringing jobs. It's creating jobs here in the Boston area. We've heard from several people that we know, friends of the Hub on Hollywood, who are working on the movie and in various capacities. So it's always great to see, our local talent, our local crew out there, putting, our best foot forward, impressing these Hollywood A-listers with showing them what Boston does,
right.
how we roll, and how we work. So that's really, really cool.
And it's been a slowdown, as we've talked about on on this podcast before. So it's great to see a big production like this up and running. Normally at this time of the year, we have more of these. Hopefully there will be more coming later in the fall. That remains to be seen. So it's just a little bit of hope for an industry that's been lagging since the dual strikes. So here's hoping for more of those. Now, we're not sure if they're going to be filming the entire movie here.
Right.
It's my understanding that they're going to be doing a lot of the scenes in New York and Los Angeles as well. But who knows? Maybe they'll stick around longer than we think they will. So we're very excited about that. Have you seen them, James? Have you seen, the celebrities running all over the place?
I have not seen these celebrities. I've just been catching them online on social media and stuff, but hoping to. I've actually, and I will say this, I have reached out to Zendaya's people. We have reached out to them via the Hub on Hollywood to see if she does have a few minutes in her busy day to talk, whether that's in person, which would be fantastic. Zendaya, you're welcome on the show whenever you want, but also for a phone interview or Zoom or Skype or what have you. But the invitation has been sent, so for those who are watching, listening to the Hub on Hollywood, tag Zendaya, tag and send this video, this episode of the Hub on Hollywood to her, because we are big fans. We love to talk to her as well. But again, if you are watching, if you are listening, thanks so much for joining us. You can always follow us on all the social medias, especially Instagram and TikTok at Hub on Hollywood, also Facebook as well. And if you're listening to us, you can catch us wherever you catch podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, of course. Jamie, what should they do if they're watching us on YouTube?
You should subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. We'll continue to bring you...
It's going up.
It is. We're so excited. So thank you to everybody who has subscribed so far. It helps so much for us to continue to bring this content to you, to let you know what movies are being made, how you can get cast in the movies, and bring you fun reviews and games and cinequotes. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Share it with people. If you are in the film industry in New England or you just love movies, share that with someone else who has the same heart, right? Who also loves movies or is in the film industry in New England, and let's get this ball rolling. If you have a story to tell, if you want to showcase your work, reach out to us here on the Hub on Hollywood. We'll interview you, we'll put you on the podcast, put your work out there. But the very first step to all of that is hit that subscribe button.
Absolutely. Not only do we interview you, but we also get you jobs. And with that,
that's right.
We have some new casting calls, right?
That's right. So if you would like to be, first of all, if you want to be in the drama with Zendaya and Robert Pattinson, they're looking for lots of background right now. Boston Casting is handling that. So you're going to want to go to Boston Casting. If you haven't already, you can set up an entirely free profile, get those casting notifications, and get in the movies. Spend a day with Z and Rob P. Because they're my buddies. That's what I call them.
They're cool.
They're right, because we're cool like that here on the Hub on Hollywood.
And tell them the Hub on Hollywood sent you.
That's right, and you tell them the Hub on Hollywood sent you. Boston Casting is also looking for storytellers who have a moving story to tell. They're looking for stories from the heart about a hero in your life, somebody who changed your life, changed your perspective, did something for you. The unsung champions, right, of the world, whose small gestures of kindness or heroism, changed people's lives. This is for a project that's going to be broadcast on WGBH in March, a special Heroes episode. If you have a story like that you would like to share, you're asked to reach out, send an email to Boston Casting submit10@gmail.com. Include your name, contact info, an introductory video of your story, has to be less than 2 minutes, a photo and where you're based. Send that all to Boston Casting, and good luck on that. They're also looking for real Patriots fans, with just stories about their love for the Patriots. That's also an opportunity through Boston Casting. So head on to BostonCasting.com.
That's going to be tough to find in these parts, especially during this season.
Yeah, exactly.
Very tough.
So I'm sure there's a lot of you out there who are listening to us right now, who have passionate stories of fandom and tailgating and all of that
and
jazz
tears,
that you can share with them.
all that stuff.
So, again, reach out to BostonCasting.com and submit for that as well.
All right. Perfect. Well, talking about, let's pivot from the end zone to the Twilight Zone. Maybe. I don't know. No. He was never on Twilight Zone, as far as I know. But, he has that kind of vibe, that very, very cool vibe. I'm talking about the one, the only, John Waters, the legendary filmmaker, author, and visual artist. He is coming to Boston, specifically to Brookline, to be honored by the Coolidge Corner Theater with this year's, the 20th anniversary, the Coolidge Award for his excellent career and his contributions to the arts. If you are not familiar with Mr. Waters, he has done everything from writing, directing, Pink Flamingos, Female Trouble, Polyester, Hairspray, Crybaby, Serial Mom, and A Dirty Shame. Some of those movies will also be screened during the month of November, but he will be here on November 21st, which is a Thursday. Tickets have just gone on sale, where there will be this kind of meet and greet, but more so this kind of Q&A on stage. So if you are a big John Waters fan, you do not want to miss this. Reach out to the Coolidge Corner Theater, go online, buy those tickets, because I imagine they will be selling out very, very quick. You may be able to ask him a question or two about his amazing career, but really cool. Again, just seeing these local legends, or not local, but legends in general, coming here to our locale to be honored for all their hard work. So very, very cool stuff. I like that.
Here in Hollywood East, more cool stuff coming. James, we might be, well, before I jump ahead, you love the movies.
You know it.
I love the movies.
I know it.
The movies are struggling a little bit, though. So,
yeah.
You know it, I know it. We've talked about so many times about what theaters are doing to try to keep people in the seats, bringing them in, providing that cinematic experience. And some of these ideas are a little bit outside of the box. We talked about the Tingler not too long ago.
Yeah.
Which were some of those old-timey sort of gimmicks for getting people in the seats, where they would send literally, electric tingles through. It wasn't electric, was it? It was like a buzzer, right?
Yeah, like a big vibration
through your body.
But a real life action experience. And again, like you mentioned, these gimmicks, these things that are encouraging people to get off the couch, to put on pants, to go to their car, turn it on, drive through Boston traffic, and buy a ticket and then sit down and enjoy it. They want to make it worth it. And theaters all across the country are trying out different things and seeing what they can do to make that a reality. And AMC, we talk about AMC a lot. I'm a StubHub member, so shout out. Please sponsor us.
Are you a Star Rewards?
I'm a Star Rewards. I'm the peak membership, whatever they have. So they are open because of me. You're welcome, AMC. But we're trying to get more people to join us. But AMC, they are among the theaters that are trying to literally expand the screen because people have been, I guess, being drawn more to the IMAX experience. And so AMC has a theory. They're like, hey, a lot of people love the IMAX experience. Let's make more of our theater space feel like that. And by doing so, they're going to be introducing next year larger screening rooms among several other improvements, including improving seating, improving projections, and improving the overall size. And that includes extending or having the screen extend about 40 feet longer, not longer, but just 40 feet in length. That'd be a huge, gigantic screen. But yeah, they said that they've been seeing a lot of people gravitate towards the IMAX, and they just want to, say, hey, we have all these other movies that are on 4K projections that you can experience without the IMAX, price tag. And I think this is a really good idea. There were a couple other ideas that were pitched. Fortunately, they are not becoming a reality. If I were to ask you, Jamie, like the most left field idea to implement or install into a movie theater space to attract people, I'm not even sure you would be able to guess this, but just for the heck of it, can you guess the wildest thing that somebody could install inside a movie theater that they think, this will really bring people in?
I don't know, swings or
close. You're close. You are
really?
close. Yes. So there was an idea around of installing zip lines in movie theaters. So not the actual screening room, but like in the lobby area. But like, yeah, you'd have like people swinging on zip lines before or after the movie.
Oh,
Somebody thought
I
about
see.
this. Somebody was like, this is a good idea. And so that is not happening, fortunately. There's another idea, and let me see if you can guess this one. This is a recent craze that's spread across America, especially for the older generation. So the AMC or the movie theater CEOs out there, they're thinking, this craze is happening right now. How do we profit off this craze? How do we take advantage of it? Let's incorporate it in our movie theaters also. Can you guess which craze has spread across America among the older generation was thought about being installed inside a movie theater?
Oh, please. Is it pickleball?
Yes.
Because I'm going to cry if it's pickleball.
What are we doing here?
James?
Pickleball. What the heck? Like, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Can you imagine? No! Can you imagine that? Like, hey, let's have, when you walk into the movie theater, to the right, there will be concessions. And to the left, if you came early, you can have a round or two of pickleball. Yes. Someone thought about this. It's not going to happen, though.
No.
You're stunned, Jamie. You're stunned. I can tell.
I can't even talk. I'm so over the pickleball. If I see one more pickleball court, like one more new pickleball, I'm going to grab one of those pickleball bats and just start going at it, like just hitting everybody I see, just whacking everybody.
You know what you would do? What you should do is grab one of those pickleball paddles and while on a zip line, zip towards the people that are playing and just give them a whack. And like tell them, what are you doing here? Stop it.
Well, look, hey, you know like Jordan's Furniture, right?
Sure,
Jordan's Furniture here, it's like an institution, outside of Boston. And they've got that. They've got the zip line and the ice cream, and they've got the giant, animatronic green wall, like Wall-E the Green Monster thing. Yeah. And lots of shops and stuff in the IMAX.
Yeah, for those who don't know, explain what Jordan's Furniture is, and then, explain the extra things they add to it. Yeah,
Jordan's Furniture, local institution, giant freaking furniture store that is also attached to all of these other, experiential things. Like, it's got a restaurant, it's got ice cream, it's got that water show, it's got a water spray, spectacular musical show thing. It's got the zip line course. And it's got the IMAX, and it's got the IMAX movie theater. Yeah. One of my first movies that I saw over here was at the Jordan's Furniture. So we're gonna go to the IMAX, and we go, and then we enter through the furniture store. Like, what are we doing? And it's kind of like IKEA, where you're just walking forever through furniture. You have sofas, couches, tables, apparently some water show and zip lines and stuff and swings. Yeah. And I'm like, this is the way to the movie theater? It's like, yeah. It's like, what planet am I on now? I just moved here from California. What the heck are you guys doing? But apparently it's a thing. So maybe it's not too outlandish to imagine a pickleball court right underneath a zip line. Yeah. I don't know. I'm happy this is not happening, though, seemingly. I like the gimmick. I mean, make it experiential. Make it more of an experience that's all self-enclosed. Like, instead of having an AMC theater in the mall, have a mall inside of the AMC theater. I can see it. I can see that, being something that they would want to pitch or try, or it might even be successful. But they'd have to find a way to do it economically. But I wouldn't picture pickleball. Ziplining, maybe. Pickleball? No, I hate pickleball. I don't know why I hate it so much. It's just tennis, people. It's not real. It's just made up.
It's a figment of your imagination. Ugh. So, Jamie, here's my pitch. This is what I do pitch. No zip line. I want the opposite of a zip line. So, here's the thing. You go into the movie theater, you sit down in your seat, and right above you, there's a bungee cord. Now, they give you a vest beforehand. So you go in, you're wearing this vest. You get that bungee cord, you pull it down, strap it to your back, click it on, and then you just sit there. And as you're watching the movie, you have a remote control also. So, and you have there's only one button you can use it for. You could pick which other seat you want to bungee somebody out. But if somebody's talking, if somebody's annoying, somebody's on their phone, you get that remote and you have one shot. You get your remote, get their seat, and hit that red button, and they get bungeed up into the ceiling and then out and then whisked down like a water slide or something. That, if they brought that, I would support that. I'm all down for that.
There would be no one left in the theater, though, if you could eject people.
No, you get one shot, and so I feel like, and it wouldn't be fun. So you kind of feel bad, like that you did it. They'll get whiplash. So like people would see that, like, okay, that guy deserved it, but like, you know what? I think everyone else got the message. I don't think anyone's going to cross the line. So no. I think I've gone mad.
I like your other idea from a couple of episodes ago. Like, you know how they have the 4K theaters where you can, like, experience the movement and the
Right.
I liked your idea of, like, the theater workers just walking around and, like, biting people on the arm, like, when things happen on the screen, like...
Yeah.
Let's just go that direction. These incredible ideas here on the Hub on Hollywood, you heard them
You can only find them here.
You can only find them here because you get sued otherwise. If they were in real life. But I love it.
I think we're chock full of great ideas, Jamie, and that is why no one else is qualified enough to plan out the next trilogy of Star Wars. That was a good transition. That was a great
transition. Way to go.
Thank you. Yeah, so Deadline is reporting Lucasfilm has tapped Simon Kinberg to write and produce a new saga of films. Kinberg, he co-created the animated series Star Wars Rebels, and he has served as a consultant on The Force Awakens. This comes as other filmmakers are working on their own projects, including Taika Waititi and James Mangold and Donald Glover. So they're coming out with this new trilogy. A part of me hates it, of course, but you and I, we can crack the Star Wars curse. We can break it with our own brilliant ideas of who we would like to cast in this dream role, and also what potential story plot should they go with. So I think we can do this, Jamie. We can save Star Wars, is what I'm saying.
Let's go. It's on us, James. And I would just like to point out that I'm currently surrounded by only Star Wars characters. We got Kylo, we got Grogu, we got Rey, we got Chewie, we got another Kylo, we got a Porg. That's all. You know, that's how the Hub on Hollywood got started. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how our minds came together. Like literally, the first time I met James Rojas, I walked up to him, I shook his hand, I'm like, "Hi, my name is Jamie. Do you like Star Wars?" And what did you say?
I said, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's be friends.
Yeah. Let's
start a podcast.
So these are grade A quality Star Wars fan ideas. James, do you want to kick it off with your ideas?
Absolutely.
All right.
So these are some rising stars in Hollywood right now, and I think they would be very fun to watch in a movie, and it's based off the plots or what I'm thinking the movie would be. But who I would cast in the new trilogy of Star Wars would be first Joseph Quinn. He was in A Quiet Place Day 1. He's going to be in Gladiator Part 2, and he's also going to be the Human Torch in the new Fantastic Four movies. He's also in Stranger Things. The rocker, the Metallica guy. So Joseph Quinn, great actor, great chemistry, great energy, very charismatic. So I think he would be very fun to have in a Star Wars movie. Joining him, alongside him, would be Justice Smith. He was recently in Detective Pikachu with Ryan Reynolds. He was in the greatly underrated and underwatched Dungeons and Dragons movie with Chris Pine. Really good movie if you haven't seen that. He was also in Jurassic World. But Justice Smith, he has that kind of wide-eyed optimism that I think would look and be very fun on a film. I think he's very funny too. And he can also do some more serious stuff, but I think he'd be really fun to see running around. Playing a potential villain would be David Johnson. He was most recently in Alien Romulus. He played the android. He was also in Bonifer, Pastor, Spy, Assassin. I haven't seen that one, but he was great in Alien Romulus. So I think he could play a very good, a sleek villain of sorts. The movie, what I'm going for, I want a comedy. I want a buddy cop duo comedy with both Joseph Quinn and Justice Smith as these partners. And this is the loose idea. So basically, what would happen is that there are these two Jedi who go to a faraway planet. There's some kind of crime occurred. It could be a kidnapping, could be a murder, could be a property theft or what have you. But either way, these two veteran detective Jedi, they're going to this planet, and while they're there, they're sneaking into some facility of sorts, and these guys are suave, they're cool, they're with it, they're two badass hombres. They don't want to mess with. They stumble upon Joseph Quinn and Justice Smith. They're like chained up to something. They're trapped. So these guys are like nobodies. Nobody in the galaxy would ever even think twice about these guys. But they go, hey, we're not supposed to be here. We got caught up, and can you please help us? Take pity on us. The Jedi, they're like, whatever, yeah, no problem, kid. We'll unshackle you. They use their force hand waving, unlock the chains, or if they want to look cool, they'll pull out their lightsaber, like boom, there you go. They're like, oh, thank you, Mr. Jedi. Then as they're leaving this facility, the two badass Jedi, the veterans, they just get killed. They just get whacked instantly. And so these two guys, Joseph Quinn and Justice Smith, they're like, oh crap, we need to get out of here, but now we're screwed. But then they're like, hey, let's get their robes. Let's grab their lightsabers. We'll put them on our waist. We'll act as if we're Jedi, and we'll bluff. We're gonna bluff our way out of this place. And so they make it out, but some other Jedi come up. They're like, hey, you have these lightsabers. You stole them, or you're not really Jedi. And then they're like, no, we are Jedi. We're just really new. We just graduated from Padawan. You probably don't know us, and we're still learning. Like, oh, okay. And so pretty much the film is them trying to escape this planet, but they end up inadvertently trying to solve this mystery that the first Jedi were trying to solve, and they're trying to do it while not getting caught. So they're doing a lot of things where they're like, oh, obviously they don't have Jedi powers, but they pay somebody off and like, hey, can you pretend that we mind tricked you to get past this thing? There's like some homeless person or somebody down on their luck, and then they're like, so they do things to make them look like they're Jedi, and through the comedy and the adventures they do, I think that would be a very fun Star Wars movie. And then it progresses to 2 and 3 or whatever. But that's my pitch.
I love that. I right? Love it. What's that?
Right? I think it's not bad.
Yeah. I would absolutely watch that. I feel like we need more levity in Star Wars. And actually, I was actually going to pitch a comedy as well.
All right, excellent.
Not as detailed as yours, but I mean, I've got two main ideas here. But I'll start with the funny one. Let's start with the funny one. So it's more of like a joyful comedy in the Star Wars universe that focuses on two background characters who are just over the Skywalker nonsense, and they're just gossiping about what's going on. And they're saying all of the things that, fans think sometimes. That, I want them to be like, Darth Vader's the worst boss, or Kylo Ren. I would just like to see, like, two characters that kind of follow in the background of the Skywalker saga and are just so fed up with everything that keeps happening, and they keep inadvertently, like, getting pulled into, right, the main story of the Skywalker saga, but they're like deep background, and they're just pissed off, and they're gossiping, and I just think that would just be funny. I'm not sure who you would cast for that, but someone that I would really love to see in the Star Wars universe, Mr. Space Zorro, Xolo Maridueña, who
Xolo.
You have cast as your dream sort of Zorro. I think he would fit really naturally into the Star Wars universe as well.
I can see that.
Not only that, I really want him to be in One Piece too. Since him and Iñaki Godoy have like a real life friendship, I think he would make like a perfect Ace, which is Luffy's brother in One Piece. So I'm just saying, Sholo, is it Sholo or
A Sholo, yeah.
Yeah, Sholo for Zorro, Sholo for Star Wars, Sholo for One Piece. I think he needs to be in all of them, honestly.
We need to be his agents, because we have all these great ideas. Again.
We just gotta keep going with the hashtags. Sholo, we're trying to get you work, brother. Come on the podcast. Hang out with us.
If you haven't, I've also reached out to Sholo, so shout out to Sholo again. So if you're watching this, if you're fans of him, if you're a fan of the podcast, of his podcast, Lone Lobos, send a tweet, send a message, what have you. Do whatever you can. But we're trying to get him on the podcast as well, because we have a lot. We see a bright future for him. So. A lot of great stuff. Jamie, so I went on Reddit and I found things that people don't want in a new Star Wars trilogy. So I have the list here, and this one, I think this list makes sense. We're done with these. Let the past die. What did Kylo Ren say? Let the past die, kind of a thing?
Yeah, that's exactly what he says.
Exactly.
Kill it if you have to.
Kill it if you have to, and we will. And so what people do not want to see in a new Star Wars trilogy, number one, no Death Star weapon. We're done with the Death Star. Or any planet-killing blaster device thing. Like, we got it. We got enough of it. We get it. It always gets blown up. Always gets blown up.
We get it, guys. We get it. And it's bigger every time. Like, enough. Enough Death. You're beating a dead Death Star. You're beating a dead horse. Like,
exactly.
You're beating a dead Tauntaun. Just stop it.
It's already dead. All right. Number two, people coming back from the dead. Kill them off. They're dead. They're done. Stop it.
No. See, this is where I disagree a little bit, and
I know
why.
you do. I know you do.
I need us to go back to the world between worlds. I want to see the world between worlds, and I want to see Kylo come back. And not Kylo. I want to see Ben Solo come back and be redeemed and be the swaggerty space cowboy that he could have been, with his space partner Rey. The other side of his literal soul that, was never, was totally underutilized, that whole idea. Don't get me started. Very angry about it. Anyways, the only exception I would make would be for Kylo, because he was done so dirty. Ben Solo was done so dirty. And I think he'd be a beautiful, beautiful character if they gave him the chance. Damn it.
All right. Number three. Crossover stuff. They don't want to see any crossovers from other shows, like what we saw with Boba Fett, Ahsoka, Mando, and these other characters, and it's enough crossover. Just get new characters, get a new timeline,
Skywalkers.
No Skywalkers. That's the last one. No Skywalkers. No more Palpatine either. No Skywalkers.
Oh, God,
no Palpatine, and no more big government stuff. Get away from the New or the Old Republic or any
new stories.
None of that stuff. So just let that rest. Let it simmer. Let it die. Please. But I think with our combination, with our great ideas, it'll be foolproof. A foolproof plan to bring back the love and admiration for Star Wars. So for those who are watching, listening, who would you cast in the new Star Wars trilogy? What plots, what adventure would you like to see this time around? Again, without rehashing the old stuff, what new stuff would you like to see? Jamie and I, we're down for comedies. We're down for that. So
we're down for comedies. And just one last thing, James, the one other thing that I would love to see is I want to see a gray Jedi. I'm done with the binary bullshit. Okay,
hey, watch
all light or all dark, it doesn't make sense in reality. I want to see a reflection of real stuff, okay? And nobody is all light and nobody is all dark, and it doesn't work, and it doesn't even work in their universe. So I want to see the freaking gray Jedi. I would love to see what we would have gotten with Finn, which is a stormtrooper to Jedi.
Yeah.
But anyways, gray Jedi. That's on my wish list. And hey, maybe Benedict Cumberbatch. I think he looks spacey. I think he looks Star Warsy. But what do you guys think? Like James was saying, what kind of story would you like to see? What must die in the past? Let us know in the comments below. We'll give you a shout out here on the Hub on Hollywood. And we do love Star Wars. We want it to keep going forever and ever and ever.
Yeah. It's a love-hate relationship, but more love for sure.
Yeah.
Just hate for the people that are derailing this beauty. Well, speaking of derailing, I feel like our show has derailed just a bit, but in the best possible way. And the only way that we can, end on a high note is with Cinequotes. What do you think, Jamie?
That's right. I think you're right.
We're on a 1-game win streak. Don't want to brag. Don't want to brag.
It sounds sad when you say it that way.
Not gonna brag. We did pretty well before we lost, but today is not the Sunday Stumpa, so hopefully this today's game number 694 will be much nicer to us. Jamie, if you are ready, let me know and we can get this started. This is today's game. We are gonna go with quote number 1 in 3, 2, 1.
Merrill's a Class A screw-up. Dude, just swing that bat as hard as he could.
I know what it is.
Didn't matter what the coaches said. Didn't matter who was on base. He would just whip that bat through the air as hard as he could. Looked like a lumberjack chopping down a tree. Merrill here has more strikeouts than any 2 players.
Do you know what it is?
No, it sounds really familiar, though. I know it's a baseball movie.
I'll give you a hint. It's not a baseball movie. Though there is a baseball bat in there. I'll give you a hint. It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Oh, it's the one with the aliens and the water that defeats the aliens. Meryl, swing away, Meryl.
Swing away, Meryl. Swing away. Let's submit for Signs.
Yes, there we go.
Aced it.
Woohoo!
No extra quote. All right. That's actually really good. That's one of my more favorite M. Night Shyamalan movies. Really fun.
Yeah, that's a classic. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Do you remember that scene? Do you remember that scene? Your first reaction when you saw on the video, the shaky cam video in Mexico where the alien crosses by?
Oh my god!
I remember seeing that in movie theaters.
So terrified.
I was like 12 years old.
I remember that feeling distinctly. Yeah.
It was so good. All right. That's how you do a jump scare. A perfect jump scare. All right.
Then the
for those listening, for those watching, did you know it was Science? Did you ace it with us? I'm sure you did because you're wicked smart, because you watched the Hub on Hollywood, dude. Thank you so much. Woo! Yeah.
Wicked pizza!
Absolutely. If you are not already, please like, subscribe. You can join the subscriber wave that we are experiencing. Woo! We are slowly but gradually earning new and new subscribers. So those who are new, thank you so much for joining us on the Hub on Hollywood, joining the family, the La Familia. And be sure to tell other people, maybe they'll like us also. We are very likable people. Our parents like us. So that says something. You can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Hub on Hollywood. Jamie, where can they hear us? Where can they listen to us?
Anywhere that podcasts are heard. Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, bunch of other places. Search Hub on Hollywood. You should be able to find us, listen to us, stream us, share us, like us, subscribe, all that jazz. Like James said, this is La Familia Hub on Hollywood.
Yeah.
Dance with us, party with us, get cast in the movies with us. Again, if you are in the film industry, you have a story you want to tell, you want to be featured here on the Hub on Hollywood, reach out. We'll get you on the podcast. Great stuff. Fun episode. Thank you, James. And
thank you, Jamie.
For everybody out there in the world. We will
Zendaya.
We'll see you
if
next
your name
week.
is Zendaya or Robert Pattinson or Tom Holland, reach out to us. Reach out to us. We'll bring you on the Hub on Hollywood.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Let them know, guys. We'll make this happen. We can't
Tag,
do it.
share.
They'll
only be in Boston for so long. Please. All right, Jamie. Well, this is a great episode. Thanks again, everybody, for watching, for listening, for subscribing, and all that jazz. But until next week, I'm James.
I'm Jamie.